You've probably watched our video, The Hidden Link Between Elon Musk and SoFi. In that video, we give you a quick overview of SoFi's management team, pre-Maria Renz of course. When doing due diligence, or due on a company, there's something very important that investors tend to skip over. Above SoFi's management team lies its board of directors, which play a key role in guiding the company towards a bigger, brighter future. Take a look at this photo below. Although we associate Anthony Noto as the leader of SoFi, technically, the board of directors is above the CEO in a company's organizational structure. Now, what exactly does the board of directors, aka B of D, do? According to Investopedia, the board of directors in general are responsible for governing the company's management team and protecting the interests of the company's shareholders. They make sure that the company is free from fraudulent activities and that shareholders are treated fairly. The board of directors plays a huge role in a company's trajectory moving forward. They have the power to make key decisions in regard to mergers and acquisitions, dividends, major investments, hiring and firing of senior managers, and setting their pay. Furthermore, the board of directors help a company set broader goals, support the management in pursuing these goals, and ensure that the company has adequate and well-managed resources. You know what they say.
With great power comes great responsibility.
So, I bet you're wondering, who actually picks the board of directors? Well, according to Investopedia, we the shareholders do. As you can tell by now, SoFi's board of directors plays a major role in the overall success of the company. And so, when the announcement came out that some of SoFi's board members were stepping down, it caused a bit of panic.
Run for your life!
Let's take a moment and look at SoFi's board of directors shown on the company's website. Former president of Goldman Sachs, former vice president of Airbnb, 40-year banking veterans are on SoFi's board of directors. And who are these presidents and banking veterans, you ask? Well, stay tuned because we'll be talking about all of this and more. Shout out to one of our Patreons and awesome supporters, Pietro Serra, for requesting this video. Also, shout out to everyone who shares, likes, and comments on our videos. Sometimes it takes over 20 plus hours to create a single video, so it really does help out a lot. We haven't seen anybody in the SoFi community create an in-depth breakdown video of SoFi's board of directors yet, so make sure to stick around until the very end. You don't want to miss any of this. Quick heads up, in today's video, we will not be discussing Michelle Combs and Carlos Medeiros for the obvious reasons that they'll be stepping down. Also, we're not financial advisors and none of this is financial advice, so always do your own due diligence. Now, without further ado, number 1, leading SoFi's board of directors is George Thompson Hutton, aka Tom Hutton, aka T-HUTT, who acts as the chairman of the board. Mr. Hutton has more than 30 years of experience in various financial industries and is also currently a managing partner at Thompson Hutton LLC and XL Innovate, LLP. Both of these companies are focused on engaging in venture capital funds pursuing investments in the fintech industries. On top of that, he's also an advisory director at Genstar Capital. Mr. Hutton has been a SoFi director since June 2012. That's equivalent to almost a decade looking over SoFi. And if you think it's only the company's management team that is down on their SoFi shares, you should also include SoFi's chairman of the board on your list. Tom Hutton, at the time of recording this, currently holds 709,258 shares of SoFi stock at the moment and has been diamond handing it. Number 2, next up, we have the vice chairman of the board, Steven Freeberg, not to be confused with Steven Spielberg, has around 40 years of experience in the finance and banking industry trenches. He served Citi for more than 20 years alone and is currently a board member of MasterCard, Compass Digital Acquisition Corp, Regional Management Corp, and a lot more. He also founded Grand Vista Partners and has been with SoFi since March 2017. SoFi's vice chairman of the board is holding the line with us with around 313,563 shares at the moment. Number 3. Next up is Ahmed Al-Hammadi, a graduate of the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania who also obtained his MBA from Harvard Business School. He is currently the Chief Investment Officer for Europe, Russia, and Turkey for the Qatar Investment Authority. He is also a board member at F4 Holding LLC, Heathrow Airport Holdings, Pavilion Real Estate Investment Trust, and more. How does this man even have any free time with all of this going on? We will never know. He also worked at EFG-Hermes as a regional asset manager and at a consulting firm called Booz Co. Sounds like a fun place to work at. Ahmed Al-Hammadi actually bought SoFi shares last year, getting 10,000 SoFi shares at around $8.40 per share in March of 2021. Number 4. Then we have SoFi's board member, Ruzwana Bashir. She is the CEO and founder of Peak.com, a company that has been making a name for itself as a powerful booking and payment software tool for businesses. It was named America's next travel unicorn and the best startup employer by Forbes in 2021. Ruzwana had also previously worked at Goldman Sachs and the Blackstone Group. She is a young global leader for the World Economic Forum, and she has been named as one of Fortune's most powerful women entrepreneurs, Fast Company's 100 most creative people in business, and was a finalist for E&Y's Entrepreneur of the Year. She has been a SoFi board member since June of 2021, and according to one of her SEC filings, she currently holds a total of 15,714 restricted stock units. Number 5. The vice chairman of Silver Lake, Mike Bingle, is also one of SoFi's board members. He joined the SoFi Board of Directors in March of 2017. He also serves on the board of directors of Achievers, Blackhawk Network Holdings, Fanatics, and SolarWinds. Mike Bingle has been a private equity investor for over 20 years, and he has invested in numerous financial technologies such as TD Ameritrade, Credit Karma, Virtue Financial, and a lot more. Bingle worked as a principal at Apollo Management and also served in the investment banking division of Goldman Sachs. As you can see, a lot of Goldman Sachs experience on SoFi's board. Keep in mind, Goldman Sachs has been in the game since 1869, so you know they're doing something right. According to Benzinga, Michael Bingle owns at least 526,637 shares of SoFi stock. We're about halfway through this list of board members, so if we've provided you any value, like this video and comment SoFicus down below. Number 6. The former CEO of Twitter is also serving SoFi as a board of directors. It is none other than Dick Costolo. Not to be confused with Dick Cheney, former vice president of the USA. Dick Costolo is a co-managing partner and a co-founder of O1 Advisors. He is also currently serving as a board member for social capital Heathrow Holdings Corp and a company called Malaria No More. I'm going to take a wild guess and assume he's fighting malaria. Yep, apparently he is. When Dick isn't out in the Sofian trenches, he's out there swatting mosquitoes. God bless. Mr. Costolo served a number of companies in the past such as Google, Index Venture Management, Feedburner, SpyOnIt.com, and Launchbox Digital LLC. Number 7. Clara Lang, former vice president and general manager at Airbnb, is also serving as one of SoFi's board members. She joined SoFi in October 2019, and early this year, she secured a position at Stripe as a business lead. Prior to joining Airbnb, Clara Lang worked for Jive Software for more than 3 years and IBM for more than 11 years. As of June 2, 2021, Clara Lang holds a total of 304,503 stock options, right to buy. Number 8. Also taking advantage of the SoFi dip is none other than the former president of Goldman Sachs, Harvey Schwartz. Harvey spent 2 decades at Goldman Sachs, so you know he has more than enough experience to help guide SoFi to be the future of fintech banking. Harvey is also currently serving as a board member of the Bank of London. He joined the SoFi Board of Directors last May 2021. Mr. Schwartz secured the bag and bought 58,000 SoFi shares earlier this year in March when it was priced at around $8 per share. Now he has a total of 214,852 shares, and he's diamond handing right there with us. We're almost done here. Number 9. Joining the SoFi board members is Magdalena Yesel, who has been working at SoFi as a board member since 2018. Ms. Yesel founded 3 of the first companies dedicated to commercializing internet access, e-commerce infrastructure, and electronic payments: UUNet, Cybercash, and MarketPay. She is also the founding board member of Broadway Angels, a female group of angel investors. Apart from being a SoFi member, Magdalena Yesel is also currently working as an executive chair at Inform.iq, a company that helps financial institutions loan more and faster while reducing risk and fraud. Sounds familiar, like Galileo She's also a board member of Smartsheet and Swora. Magdalena has 463,538 SoFi shares, of which 313,704 shares are considered stock options, right to buy, and 31,122 are restricted stock units, or RSUs. Number 10, and last but definitely not least, of course, we have the Commander, who actually just followed us back on Twitter and responded to us, greeting him a happy birthday. So shout out to Anthony, the GOAT, Noto, who has been constantly adding to his very own SoFi stock position. Among all the members of the board, Commander Noto has by far the biggest SoFi position, holding a total of 3,160,339 shares of SoFi stock. Talk about skin in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Now seeing your SoFi stock plummeting as SoFi investors sure does suck. But imagine working for the very company you're highly invested in and seeing its stock price continuously going down the drain while all you do is work for better results.
Ow! Oh, big time hurt.
And yet, these board members are holding the line with us. Each SoFi member seems to be at the top of their own game. It's nice to see that at the top of Commander Noto's excellent management team, SoFi is also guided by these industry legends. Despite the losses retail investors have been taking, just know you're definitely not the only one. Big names and experts in the banking and finance industry are also down on their SoFi position with us. The very people that are overseeing how the company and its management are also holding. A special shout out to everyone in our Patreon community. You guys truly help to make these videos possible, and we really appreciate all the support. Shout out to Arthur Magazu, Wei Chu, Pietro Serra, Daniel Corbett, Mr. Welfare, Casey Patel, Jeff Sherman, Gregory Villar, Bo Park, Denzel, Shonda, Reginald Davis, Les Broadway, Christian Cardelphi, Kevin Beaufrand, and Jay Bone. If you found any value in this video whatsoever, please smash that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who you think would get value from it. It helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm. Follow us on our social media platforms at Wealth Gambit. And just a quick announcement, we have turned our SoFi Investor Facebook group into a private group, just so we can all rest assured that spam accounts don't enter the group. For those of you that still haven't joined, you could still join by answering the questions we have provided. We just want to make sure you're not a robot. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. We greatly appreciate it. Until next time. Peace!